I'm Joseph, and I play by the game code.
In console news, one of the biggest reveals of September was the announcement of Nintendo's Wii U launch details. The release date's been confirmed for November 18th of this year in North America, just in time for it to be scooped up as a gift for the holidays. Now, Wii U is set to have two versions at launch. The first, which is the basic package, includes a white console and gamepad with 8 gigs of internal storage and is priced at about $299. The premium package will include a 32-gig black console, but will also feature a premium subscription to the Nintendo Network, which is a loyalty program similar to PlayStation's, where players who download a lot of content can get some discounts on games. The premium Wii U package will also include stands for the console and gamepad, as well as a copy of Nintendo Land, a carnival-themed game designed to show off the functionality of the console, much like Wii Sports did with the original. The premium will run you at about $349. Now, spec-wise, we know there's 1.5 gigs of RAM, we know it has a power-based CPU from IBM, we know it's multi-core, and we know there's an AMD Radeon GPU in there. However, Nintendo is keeping the exact specifics hidden for now, probably because on paper at least, the Wii U specifications aren't really that thrilling. And that's compared to the current generation of consoles and not those that are rumored to drop next year, such as the Xbox 720 and PlayStation 4. But one thing is for sure, the Wii U launch window will be driven by game titles. In the 6 months post-launch, fans can expect at least 50 new games, including exclusives like Bayonetta 2, Pikmin 3, and ZombiU, as well as Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Assassin's Creed 3, and Madden NFL 13. Dota 2, a multiplayer online battle arena game developed by Valve, is still in the beta stage, but already has tournaments with massive cash prizes. The latest international tournament awarded Chinese team Invictus Gaming $1 million for taking the first place and left last year's champions Na'Vi from the Ukraine with a second place prize of $250,000. Valve still remains unclear as to when Dota 2 is supposed to be officially released, but seeing as the game is in a fairly polished state and already has a massive following, an announcement is expected soon. Fulfilling the excitement of World of Warcraft fans worldwide, myself included, Blizzard Entertainment finally released the much-anticipated Mists of Pandaria expansion on September 25th. Mists is the 4th expansion set for the popular MMO and features the new continent of Pandaria with 7 new explorable questing zones. There's also a new playable race, the Pandaren, and a new class selection of Monk. But that's not all players can expect. The level cap has been raised to 90, there's 3 new raids, 2 new battlegrounds, and 9 new dungeons, 2 of which are old favorites that have returned to level 90, Scarlet Monastery and Skullomance. Players also have to get to have some fun with a new pet battle system, a black market auction house, and dungeon challenge modes, which in my opinion all pale in comparison to the fact that you can now play as a big squishy panda. In other MMORPG news, publisher NC Soft has announced that Guild Wars 2 has sold over 2 million units since its launch on August 28th, clocking over 1 million copies sold in pre-purchase, and despite a brief sales hold to stabilize servers, the game is now seeing peak concurrency player figures of over 400,000. Now, is Guild Wars 2 rightfully challenging the titan of the MMO genre, World of Warcraft, for its crown? Well, that remains to be seen with the Mists of Pandaria expansion recently launched. Guild Wars 2 has long been touted as the WoW killer with its subscription-free model, and demand still remains high. So far, so good for NC Soft, but this is going to be an ongoing battle. Apple recently hosted a highly anticipated announcement in San Francisco, which revealed a thinner, taller, and faster iPhone 5. Sporting brand new hardware such as a custom-made A6 processor, the latest model is expected to push mobile gaming to new heights, bringing what Apple calls console-quality graphics and gameplay directly to your phone. In 2009, iOS and Android had a respectable 19% of the US mobile gaming market. Fast forward to 2011 and we see that iOS and Android has grown to capture 58% of the market. Compare those numbers with Nintendo's DS at 36% and the PlayStation Portable at 6%, and we can see that mobile gaming is becoming more and more iOS Android oriented, and is continuing to grow. Rob Murray, executive producer at Fire Monkeys, has said, Apple technology continues to evolve the mobile games experience, and we believe games like Real Racing 3 best highlight what consumers have to look forward to with these advancements. The game's dynamic reflections, sharp track shadows, and other beautifully detailed assets will take full advantage of the iPhone 5's new visual capabilities to deliver a stunning mobile gaming experience that rivals many console games. NVIDIA has unveiled the GTX 660 and GTX 650, the latest in the chipmaker's line of Kepler-based graphics cards. The cards come with affordable price tags of $229 and $199 respectively, and are currently available to order. NVIDIA claims GTX 660 users will see improvements up to 60% compared against the previous generation GTX 560 and 1080p resolutions, as well as showing much lower power consumption and requirements. Compared to older cards like the GTX 460 and 9800 GT, users may see up to 4 times the performance in modern games. Definitely great news for those looking to enjoy all the bells and whistles of modern gaming while staying on a budget. Valve, the creators of best-selling game franchises like Counter-Strike, Half-Life, Portal, and Team Fortress, as well as leading technology Steam and Source, have announced the launch of Steam Greenlight. This new platform feature will enlist the community's help in selecting some of the next games to be released on Steam. Steam Greenlight allows developers and publishers to post information and media about their game in an effort to convince the gaming community that the game should be released on Steam. Greenlight piggybacks on Steam Workshop's flexible system that organizes content and lets customers rate and leave feedback on games. Valve's Anna Sweet has said, "We've been working on this feature for the last few months with the input from a group of indie partners, and the response has been extremely positive. With the additional help of beta testers, we are able to launch with a solid lineup of titles for the community to start viewing and rating. And as we've done with all Steam features, we intend to continually grow and modify Greenlight as more and more developers and community members have a chance to get involved." Now, developers may be dismayed to learn that Valve has enacted a policy requiring a $100 game submission fee for Greenlight. While all proceeds from the fees will be donated to the Child's Play charity, Valve has responded saying that there is, unfortunately, a significant amount of noise and clutter being submitted, either as a joke or by fans not fully understanding the purpose of Greenlight. However, developers may find that the submission charge is certainly worth it for the exposure potential. Valve has recently announced that the first 10 titles that will be sold on Steam as a result of Greenlight are all games that have earned critical mass and been picked up for worldwide distribution. And finally, our crew was on site at Fan Expo in Toronto this year. The annual multi-genre fan convention held in Canada's biggest city was originally a showcase for comic books, sci-fi fantasy, film, and television. But Fan Expo has expanded over the years to include a larger range of pop culture and fandom, including video games. We were fortunate enough to get the scoop from the Halo 4 team on the latest developments on that series.
It's pretty crazy. We knew people would line up, and we even managed for it. We didn't think it would be an hour and a half to 2 hours, though. The fans in Canada love Halo, and we wanted to bring Halo for the first time in Canada to Fan Expo. We felt it was the right place to debut it. You know, there's always what we think it'll do, but it's great to be at an event like this and hear what they have to say. And overwhelmingly, what a lot of people are coming out and saying, it feels like a Halo, and they were worried that it may not. It feels like a Halo, but all new. And that's what's really exciting. It's got that amazing DNA, and even today we're doing red versus blue, big team battle, which is, you know, was the start of Halo. But there's so many new things about the loadouts, the progression system now, and even all the armor abilities. And today we're showing some of the Promethean armor abilities, which are all new and fresh. So as Master Chief is, you know, experiencing these new things, so are the fans.
With the recent shift of developers, there was a big concern that Halo 4 would not feel like Halo. However, what we've seen so far from 343 Industries is a strong relation to the fundamentals of the series, while still sitting on the cutting edge in terms of gameplay mechanics and visuals. Overall, the game seems to be on course to become a great continuation of the Halo franchise. We're here at Michael's Bar and Grill on Yonge Street in Halifax, and we're here for the latest BarCraft event. We've got a lot of StarCraft fans inside who are really excited to check out the finals for the MLG Summer Championship. So let's go in and check it out. Eric Jackson. Eric, what is BarCraft?
Well, Stephanie, BarCraft is when StarCraft fans in Halifax get together and check out a live stream of a major tournament. We just all get together and have a good time. All sorts of people come out to BarCraft. We've got families in there right now, lots of crews, students mostly, but definitely anyone's welcome. Lots of people enjoy this kind of thing.
So the first thing you might notice when you come to a BarCraft event is the energy that you see. It's one of the only times you ever see a bunch of gamers together at a gaming event and enjoying the same game and seeing professional players duking it out on the big screen.
It's kind of like the same idea as if you were going to go down to the bar and watch the hockey game or the football game with a couple of your buddies, except this time you're going down to the bar with a couple of your buddies to watch the StarCraft game, because that's what we're interested in.
How many events do you usually put off in the run of a year?
BarCraft events specifically, we generally aim to do 4 or 5 to coincide with the major StarCraft tournaments that happen every year. But DES itself will do various other things ourselves. We do local StarCraft tournaments. We did a CSGO tournament yesterday. We'll be at HalCon this year doing a tournament. So we normally end up having an event of some kind once or twice a month, but the main BarCraft events happen 3 or 4 times a year.
Who are you rooting for this evening? Sir. I saw that you have a themed drink menu and just wanted to kind of get an idea of what some of these are. So we've got the Kerrigan shot.
Yes.
So we've got whiskey, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice. Is this a shot you would recommend?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Kerrigan is a character in the StarCraft 2 universe, so we try to theme our drinks just as an extra fun thing to the events. Yeah.
I'm gonna take one for the team here, and I'm actually gonna get one of these StarCraft themed drinks. Having a look at these, I'm looking at the Vespine gas. It's described as, all I know is that you require more of it.
Yes, they will. And right now.
Do you know a lot about StarCraft? Do you know really what's going on here?
Generally, but I'm more of like, I don't play a lot of StarCraft, but I play a lot of other video games. So.
What other games do you play?
Well, lately I've been playing a lot of Max Payne 3, if you know what that is. Really, really good game, for sure.
I don't play StarCraft. This is really embarrassing, but I used to be a huge gamer girl for this game called RuneScape. So I let it out there. That's really embarrassing, but I don't play anymore. I had to sell myself.
I used to play RuneScape too.
Yeah, level 100 player mod, just saying.
I also really love Portal. That's probably my favorite current game, though I do like StarCraft.
I've been involved since the beginning. I'm one of the co-founders of the BarCraft Halifax and one of the vice presidents of the Dalhousie eSports Society. And then we started doing BarCraft because we wanted to get the community more involved with the kinds of things we do. We wanted to get more people out, these kinds of events, and really push eSports in general in Atlantic Canada to try to make it a more popular thing.
I got involved by talking to the ex-president of the society, Evan Oberman. It was initially that he was looking for someone to start a StarCraft team. I think it was 3 years ago. And I said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. From there, I started organizing the StarCraft team. And over the years, we've had multiple Frag for Cancer events, and we started having meetings for the society and started competing in the collegiate scene with the Collegiate Star League against other universities. And as time went on, the society just kept growing. We started with like 5 people, and from there it's gone to 50, 100. Now it's sitting at 200, 250 members of the society, which is monstrous.
So we're at Michael's Bar and Grill here. Great place to host these kind of events. You guys have been here before. Why do you like hosting here?
Well, the staff are super nice, super amazing. The bar owner is great. He's one of the first people that gave a BarCraft event a chance. Right? It was pretty hard sell first, video games at my bar. But we did an event at one of his bars, and then it proved super successful, so we came out to this one. We love it here because, in particular, the back room where we have our stream and the projecting going on is huge. They have a great sound system that's built into the bar. We can just plug right into it, and we're good to go. We don't have to bring any of our own equipment, so that's awesome. It's a great venue just for broadcasting of any kind, whether it be a band or like putting up a stream or whatever.
If people wanted to get involved in BarCraft, if they wanted to find out more about the event, where would you point them?
Absolutely. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/BarCraft Halifax. All the information's there. We post all of our events. If you want to get involved at all, either as a spectator or a volunteer, that's the place to go.
Awesome.
Yep, we've got a lot going on in other mediums right now, so expect to see us at Frag for Cancer in October, as well as HalCon. So that's the kind of things to look at in the near future. But BarCraft's not going anywhere.
All right, we're here with Game Code correspondent Mike Sharp, and we're going to read some fan questions. Stiggy May in Newfoundland says, what is the longest gaming session you've had, and what game was it?
Oh, well, probably the longest game session I think might have went 16 hours of actual game time. But the problem was we were at a LAN in my buddy's garage, and we blew the power for like 6 hours. So it probably should have been longer, but I'd say it was about 16. And I think we were playing some StarCraft that night, but I can't recall. After about 16 hours of not sleeping, I'm pretty much useless.
Mine is probably also a Blizzard game. It was about a year ago playing World of Warcraft. I don't think I quite made it to 16 hours. It was a solid 11 though, and that I'm pretty sure doesn't include eating or even moving off the couch. So yeah, definitely Warcraft. All right, Striss, also in Newfoundland, asks, what's the worst boss fight you've ever had in a game?
You know what? I'm not going to go with worst. I think I'm going to go with most disappointing. I know Borderlands 2 is coming out, but I have to say, the boss fight in Borderlands made me mad. I threw my controller and was so mad. It was just like nothing. You just finished it and that was it. The game was done. Really disappointing. So I'd say that's worst.
I'm absolutely 100% going with Kefka from Final Fantasy VI, just because he had so many forms, and as soon as you thought you were done one, it just generated into another. So that was agonizing. Definitely the worst boss fight I've ever had. I would dare to say that Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII, is a close second. And not because he was difficult, but because he had this spell, and I don't remember what it was like Meteor or Supernova or something, and it took like 7 minutes to cast. So basically, he starts casting this. You can literally go make a sandwich and come back, and he's still not done casting this spell.
Final Fantasy games, always known for their short and poignant cinematics.
If you have a fan question that you want to see featured on the show, you can hit us up on Twitter at GameCodeTV or on Facebook at facebook.com/GameCodeTV.
If there's one thing I've always appreciated about the Fear series, it's been its ability to make you feel like a true badass.